happy friends. I have a Victoria Marie Facebook page group challenge for you today. I am going to be doing the challenge for the weekend. And one thing I've been thinking about is back to school and some of the things that kind of means to me. And growing up, especially in like high school, friends were a big part of my school experience. So I thought it would be fun to have a challenge where we found a photo and, or I suppose you could do it without a photo, and scrap about a friendship that either we have or maybe that your kids have. So that is the challenge for this weekend. And right now you just see me using some modeling paste on that plain or that background that is from 7 paper. That's Studio Calco. And Amelia, I think that's the Amelia line. It's not the Baxter one. And I really was not sure about that paper at first. It is so busy to me, or more busy than a lot of the papers that I use generally, but I really liked the color, and I really liked that it matched the dress of my friend. She was in my wedding, so she's my bridesmaid, and actually my maid of honor, I should say. Hopefully she's not watching. Oops, no. But that's my friend Heather, and her dress matches that red quite a bit. And so I thought that using that side would be better than using the pink side. And right now I'm just looking at some scraps that I have just to kind of get an idea of like what size I want to use for those squares. Or rectangles, they're not squares. I was thinking that I wanted to do a layout with like 3 sections and have them have patterned paper and maybe do some layering on them. So I am just kind of winging it and seeing how it feels as I'm going. I am looking through my Clique kits from May, I want to say. There was a lot of the Studio Calco. There was May or June, maybe. Anyway, not that that matters what month it was from. And then that is from this month. So a lot of the papers that I use are from Clique Kits. And I really liked the colors with the pinks and the black and white, and I really pulled it in that gray paper just because it needed something softer, but it needed more of a neutral color, so that's why I picked that one. And at this point, I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do, but I kind of like the way that that looks with that paper hanging off. And I'm thinking that I really like that. So I'm pretty sure that that's what I'm going to do. So I get my stamp stuff out so that I can edge along the edges because I'm at that point. And I didn't do anything to the background other than just put the modeling paste on. So there's no gesso or anything. And I really wasn't planning on doing a whole lot of mixed media, just a little bit. I thought that the stars would kind of maybe mute it down a little bit and just kind of make it a little bit fun. And I really like that pink and red paper from Crate Paper that's from the Journey collection. I like the way that that matches quite a bit with the pink and red. And I'm just kind of going with almost a monochromatic type of layout. I'm trying not to add too many colors, but to kind of keep it simple and classic. I mean, this picture is from my wedding, so we are all wearing nice clothes. My brother was in the wedding, and my friend Heather was in the wedding, so I think they both were wearing more dressier clothes. Though I think my brother in the picture, now that I'm looking at it, is not wearing his suit jacket. So he's just wearing a t-shirt. But I guess he's allowed to because he's my brother, right? And now I'm just going to layer some stuff. I'm thinking about what I want to use to layer, if I want to add another layer. I really like the way that that black looks on the inside of there, and it just gives one more layer. And I mean, I know that that red and pink is a little busy, but I really want layers. I really want to have that texture of all the different layers of paper. And as much as I know the black is a lot, I really love the pow that it gives. So that is why I picked that. And at this point, I'm not really sure exactly what else I'm going to do. I've kind of been, I'm going to blame it on Jen, Scrapping Jen. She did that layout about reading, and for whatever reason, I picked up a book and got all in the reading zone. And so I've not had a whole lot of mojo, even though it's been so busy to just like scrap because I've been wanting to read. And I go in phases like that. And now I'm thinking about what I want to layer behind this photo. Because my other two sections have quite a bit of layers, I really want this to have the layered look as well. And I'm deciding that I think maybe I'll try a banner, even though I know this paper isn't much bigger than the photo. I really am thinking that that'll give it a little bit of extra something behind that photo. And I really like the fact that that's a pretty neutral color with that pink behind the black and white, which is really hard to see because they both kind of read as like a solid. And then I used that card and I did another banner. I probably wouldn't have used it much anyway, so. And I really love this paper from Maggie Holmes, so I'm going to put this behind all those layers. And then that's going to be the layers that I do. I really am trying to keep it simple, but add a little bit of extra stuff just to make everything kind of work together and have that layered look, but not be too crazy. I don't know. It's pretty crazy with layers, I guess. And one of the things that I wanted to do is challenge myself to use more stamps on my layouts. I have all these stamps. I say all these stamps. I don't have a ton, but I have quite a bit of stamps, and I don't use them nearly as often. So I am using a stamp. So if you guys are following along and doing this challenge with me, really all you have to do is just find a story or find something that you can use to scrap about a friendship that you have or that maybe your kids have. And then if you want, you can always add a stamp or something that you don't use, that you have a ton of and that you don't use that often. Because I know for me, I have a lot of stamps and then I don't use them that often. A lot of my other stuff I do use. It might not be as much as what I buy. And I really love these serendipity letters from Dear Lizzy. I love that coppery color in there. It's just gorgeous. So I put that in there. And I don't think I showed it. I did outline the Celebrate with a Uniball Signo pen. My head was so in the way that you couldn't see it. So I just cut it out. But then I used my glitter pen from the Jelly Roll, the Sakura Jelly Roll. I have all glitter one, and I use that to fill in. So when you look at it, it's really shiny, and I love the way that that looks. I just love that little pile of glitter that it adds. And at this point, I'm thinking I want to use that card, and I'm not sure if I wanted to journal on it at this point. And here's the next day, because I was just I was getting really tired, and because I haven't scrapped that much, I was having a hard time deciding what I wanted to do. So sometimes when I'm having a hard time deciding on how I want embellishments to go, I'll just walk away. I mean, it bugs me to no end to walk away. But sometimes I find that walking away and coming back later with a fresh mind, I really can just finish it up. And really, after this, it didn't take me hardly any time to get the rest of this layout done. I picked out some hearts from Shimelle, um, and there's that card. And I decided that I liked the way that wood grain looked on that card because I was trying to find something to cover up that little like tag part because it was like an orangey color or yellow, and it really didn't match with the layout. And that wood grain looks really good. And then I had put it behind there, and I really like that, so I'm like, I'm just going with it. Sometimes things that I maybe wouldn't have thought of, I try, and then I really like the way that looks. And I really love the color of that red tag, and that's from Pink Fresh Studio. I think it's like an Avalicious type of tag, because I know sometimes Avalicious does tags for them. And yeah, it is. And I love the color. It's like this watercolory red. It was perfect. And at first I thought I wanted that typewriter down at the bottom, and it says "So Happy Together." And I really enjoyed it because, or wanted to use it, I should say, because me and my friends, these are a group of my friends from high school, from my scene. Well, some of them are from all throughout high school, and some of them are from later on in high school and like early college. And we just became really, really good friends, and we would do tons of stuff, and we had tons of adventures, and we did all that fun stuff that you do when you're a senior in high school and you're in college. And so we hung out all the time when we weren't doing classes and stuff, because a couple of my friends were still in high school when we were in college. But we all hung out, and we really, really all got close. And at this point, when we got married, when me and my husband got married, I was the first one of my friends to get married. And it felt like this turning point of that, okay, I'm the first one. Who's next? Where is life going to take us? And we knew that our friendship was going to change. But when we would get together, it just didn't seem like time had passed. So I really enjoyed this group of friends, and I really am glad that I have this picture because it just reminds me of how much fun we had all together. So I think that's partly why I wanted to scrap this. I don't scrap my friends very often, and the friendships that I have, and a lot of the friendships that I've have lasted a long time, and I've been really lucky. And I really feel like the friendships that I've had have helped me be who I am, and I really think that in what I want my scrapbooking to be is to share those pieces of how our family got to be how we are and who helped us get there. And so for me, that's part of the reason why. And I know not everybody scrapbooks for the same reason, and that's fine. And I think really ultimately you have to find out what you want your albums to be about, and do it your way, because that's the only way you're going to be happy with it. So I'm just finishing up my journaling, and as you could see, I just put down all those pieces. I just put it all together as I was yammering away. And then I'm just going to finish off with some black Heidi Shine, Heidi Swap Color Shine. And that is going to be it. So, guys, go over to the Victoria Marie Facebook group and check out my challenge and check out all the other challenges that are going on there. We have tons of fun, and we would love for you to join us. I hope you have a great day. Bye.